Hey man, it's Oreo. We back in here with another video. This is gonna be my reaction to or my review for Into the Badlands season 3 episode 4. I tried to make it a point or whatever, like last night when I was watching it, to get the names of these episodes, like how like it'll say, lion in sheep's clothing, like some, shit, like the titles for the episodes, but I completely just forgot about it. But what I will say just off top, this was easily the best episode of this season and one of the best episodes of Into the Badlands, like, period. This episode was dope as hell. Like, just from an action perspective, and then we also get a lot of like background on Sonny and like him coming up as a clipper and all of that. There were two fight scenes in this episode, both of which are two of the best in Into the Badlands, period. Like, these are two of the best fight scenes in the entire season, and they all happen in the same episode. So starting off, we see oh my god, what is her name? The last Baron left, like in the Badlands, the final Baron, that always rocked the white gear. I can't think of her name, but she pretty much has this guy, in this prisoner, he's like a top, fighter, whatever. I can't remember who he used to work for, but I believe pretty much he got sent to take down her like shit, and he had help from blah 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 blah. And so she offers him freedom to go and into, oh my, what is the name of the place? The Wasteland. Yeah, the Wasteland, to stop T-Pain and Whoopi Goldberg and all of them. And be yeah. And so and so she has him, assemble his squad or whatever. They go out to try to take him down. The widow and Quinn's first wife got cheated on by the younger hoe that died. They go out to the, not the wastelands, but yeah, to the wastelands, right? Not the wasteland. I'm tripping. To wherever, that island or whatever where T-Pain and Whoopi Goldberg was at, to talk to them and kind of work out some shit. Like, it was some undermined it. It's like, oh yeah, we help you, but like, we also gonna fuck you over. And the reason they went to talk to them was because they ended up recruiting like 100 of the widows, like, peoples and whatnot, because they were, prophesizing and all that shit, and so they lost a lot of people. And so the prisoner dude and his squad, they pull up to take down T-Pain, right? And so while Widow and T-Pain are talking, my niggas, they had the snipers on deck, right? Like, they had the crossbows and shit. And so he come up, he about to and take out T-Pain, but the Widow sees it and she helps him out. And then this is where we get into, like I said, this was like the first, like, one of the best fight scenes in all of Into the Badlands, all 3 seasons so far. And it's like an all-out fight where it's Widow and T-Pain, they fighting niggas off. And then 2 of the little ninja assassin goons who was with oh boy, the prisoner dude, they start, beating up or whatever, or trying to fight Quinn's, first wife that got cheated on, who died. And then the main part that I want to talk about was the homie Castor. His fight is raining outside. It just started. I'm sorry if y'all hear that. But yeah, Castor. This was the main fight that I want to talk about. Was Castor and the prisoner. They start going at it. Oh my god, I can't even describe it. Like, this shit was so dope. There wasn't really any like wire work throughout the fight, which can sometimes, I don't really care like what you watching, can sometimes throw a fight. Like, nah, like, these niggas was like going at it like hand to hand, and like, oh man, this fight scene was so fucking dope. And then they mixed in and like cut between the other fights going on. Like, shit was crazy. But yeah, ultimately, and T-Pain after the fight, he thought like, oh, so you trying to, play me like this? These is your peoples, and so you want to make it seem like I'm, you helping me, but you're really trying to fuck me over. And then they realize, or they find out like, oh nah, this wasn't, the widow's peoples or whatever, and so they cool for now. Sonny and Badgie, as we saw last week, they made it through the shit or whatever. Now they're going through the wastelands to help find the witch lady to help cure Henry. They end up crossing paths with this old blind man who he feeds them and all that shit. He's like, hey, come on in here, you know like eat and type shit or whatever. Sonny wakes up. Henry is gone. The old blind nigga took him. He and so Sonny and Badgie, they follow the footsteps and all that shit. They find this fucking not a sewer. What the fuck would you call it? It's a thing that leads underground. I can't think of what you call it. They go in there, whatever. They end up prisoners pretty much because these blind people. Ultimately, we find out Sonny is the reason why they are all blind, and so they have this little like blind cult thing, and yeah, and so Sonny just wants his son back, and they're like I said, they're locked up and everything, and they say you can either join us or die. Like you can either rock with us, but you're gonna have to lose your sight, or the baby dies, whatever, you die, and all that type of shit. And so Sonny, like when they're locked up, him and Badgie are talking, and he's telling Badgie like he remembers them and all of that because he was the reason why they're blind. So they flash back to when Sonny was a kid, when he was a colt, and his test to be a clipper, I believe his final test he said to be a clipper was to blind all these niggas. Like they switched up on the Baron, and then they had to catch and the Baron told them to blah blah blah, right? And so Sonny blinds all of them, right, with the fucking knife. And they show this shit too. Like they show the clipper, like the older clipper who was like above Sonny, who gave Sonny the knife to stab the rest of them, like stab their eyes out and shit. Like he fucking like it's crazy shit. And so that's what Sonny does. And then the old lady who's like the wife or whatever of the old man, she goes to like they kind of constantly check on him, whatever. And Sonny tells her that he's the person that killed him. Blah, 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 blah. We saw also last week. Oh my God, Captain Hook. Right, he finds out the motherfucker tells him the location of Sonny and them. He tracks him down. He runs into the old man in the same spot in the wastelands. He says the same exact thing to him. Feeds and nigga, blah 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 blah. He's captured as well. And ultimately, just to kind of cut this review short or whatever, they go. The old man asks him. He says, "Are y'all gonna join us?" What? And that nigga Sonny said, "Hell nah." And so they was gonna kill him. Sonny ended up getting Captain Hook's hand, and they escape. And this is where the second fight scene. Oh my God! Like Sonny was beating the shit out of these dudes. At first, it was Sonny against 4 of the little blind motherfuckers, and that shit was dope as hell. We see Badgie fighting motherfuckers, and like all that shit was just lit as fuck. I was like, oh my God! And ultimately, they beat all of the blind niggas. The blind lady, she finds out, she's like, oh shit, you killed all of them, oh shit, and Sonny was like, listen bitch, just roll with us, man, this ain't no way to live. And she was like, nah fam, I done lived in the darkness this long, whatever. And then they implied that she takes a knife and fucking kills herself, whatever, for what reason I don't know, but honor, I don't know. So yeah, there's that. And then they unchain Captain Hook, because Captain Hook is still saying like, y'all fam, when I get up out of here, we fighting to the death. Like me and Sonny, like we got unfinished business. Sonny helps him out. They escape together and shit. Like, they have to help each other out to get out. And when they go to fight, you know, Captain Hook is like, hey, nigga, pick up that sword and fight me, you know, which was formerly his sword. And Sonny's like, listen, fam, the reason we was in this shit was because of me. The reason them niggas was down there blind as fuck was because of me. I'm done with this shit. My past and all that shit, I ain't with that shit no more. I'm done with you. I whoop your ass. That's it. You know, he's like, I ain't fighting no more. I got a kid. It's also a train coming, so I'm gonna try to write this shit up quick as fuck. And then Captain Hook, he was Sonny gave Captain Hook back his sword, and Sonny was like, if you kill me, this fucking child is not your responsibility. And so Captain Hook went like this. Well, actually, he lost his right hand, so he was like this, and he was about to, you know, slice my nigga Sonny neck, but then he was like, nah, I can't do it because I'm not gonna deny your kid the train, a father, just like, you know, blah 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 blah. And so they cool, they fuck, they in essence they dap it up, they cool. They didn't actually, you know, no, they didn't shake hands or nothing like that, but they cool. And so he tells Sonny and them and Badgie, y'all don't come to the Badlands because the widow, she still wants y'all fucking dead. Not like that, like she want them, like, you know, dead, right? And so he dip off, and then so Sonny and Badgie, they dip off, whatever. Like MK, he knows that Sonny's like, he out there in the wasteland somewhere, so he goes to find him. And Tilda tells him no, but then he's like, nah, he killed my mom, I gotta kill that nigga. And then blah 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 blah. And then the girl who was with Castor, his like sister, oh my god. So Whoopi Goldberg tells the girl, she says, oh, there's another, you know, dark person with, you know, the gift. He's nearby. Follow this compass. Blah 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 blah. She finds MK, like, cause somebody threw like a rock at MK or some shit about to kill him, and she saved him. And so that's that. That's pretty much it. Like I said, this episode was dope as hell. This was like the best episode of this season so far. This was one of the best episodes just overall, man. Not really anything bad, I guess, to say about this, man. But Spin Oreo reviews. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. If y'all are new to the channel, make sure y'all tap that notification bell. Get uploaded. I always fuck that up. No edits. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know, tap that notification bell. Get notified every time I upload, which of course is all week, every week, man. It's been Oreo reviews.